Hi everyone, welcome to today's Kotlin tutorial. So in this session we will talk about function return type rules in Kotlin. So understanding return types is essential for writing clean and efficient Kotlin functions. So let's dive in. So what is a function return type? In Kotlin, a return type specifies the type of a value a function will return. So this could be a number, a string, an object, or even nothing at all. So let's explore some Kotlin function return type rules here. So first we are going to talk about explicit return type. So you can explicitly declare the return type after the function name and parameter list separated by a colon. So let's see an example here. So here I'm going to create a add function, and this function is going to take two parameters. Okay, so here I'm going to add a colon and I'm going to specify the return type here. Okay, so now let's see the type inference for single expression function here. So for single expression function, Kotlin can infer the return type, so you can skip the declaring it. So here you can skip the declaration here for single expression and we will use the equal operator. Okay, and we are going to remove this code here. So here we don't need to specify the return type here in a single expression. Now let's talk about the unit return type. So if a function does not return a value, it has a return type of unit, which is Kotlin's equivalent of void in other languages. So you can omit unit as it is implicit. So for that, let's see an example here, and I'm going to create a function which will return nothing. Okay, and here it is going to take a parameter of string type here, and here I'm going to print the message. Okay, so here we can define the return type as unit as well, and it is equivalent to void, so we can also remove this as well. Now let's talk about the nothing return type. A function with the nothing return type never returns. It throws an exception or goes into an infinite loop. So let's see an example here, and for that I'm going to create a function error here, and this is going to throw an exception here. Okay, so I'm going to return, so here I'm going to specify the return type as nothing. So here instead of returning any value, this will throw an exception here. Okay, now let's talk about the null label return type here. So function can return a null label value by appending a question mark to the return type. So let's see an example. For example, if you are not sure if the function is going to return a value or it is going to return a null, so in that case you can specify the return type with a question mark. Okay, so for that let's see an example here, and for that I'm going to create a function. So here I'm going to specify a return type with the question mark here, and here I'm going to put a condition that if the id value is equal to 1, then return else, return null here. Okay, so in this case it will check. So if the value of id is equal to 2, this will goes into the else case and it will return the null value, and wherever we call this function, this will print the null value instead of giving us an exception. So that's it for this tutorial on Kotlin function return type rules. Play around with these rules to see how they work in different scenarios. So see you in the next session.